Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT Network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and sometimes other sports topics related. I'm your host, Bronco Bill. Guys, we have a ton of things to go over today. A ton of things. A lot of things have been happening. It's all Broncos. There is not going to be a Jackass of the Week, and there is no Colorado Avalanche update because it's not hockey season. That said, let's get right to it. Here we go. Russell Wilson. When Russell Wilson signed his 5-year extension last week, he told ownership the following, and I quote, "I want to make sure that there was enough cap room to make other moves. We want to make this a destination location." End quote. Absolutely you do. I mean, if you got a Peyton Manning like back in 2012, or was it 13? Well, anyways, 12 or 13. When Peyton Manning came to the Broncos, he single-handedly influenced other players to come. Like who? How about TJ Ward? How about DeMarcus Ware? How about I think it was also Champ Bailey, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Maybe Champ was already there. But you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Peyton Manning single-handedly influenced other NFL players to come and play for Denver. Why? Because Peyton Manning was there. That's the reason why. Also, now we have Russell Wilson. Again, he just made it plain and simple. Said, I wanted to make sure there was cap room left to sign other players, key players the Broncos could definitely use, whether in the starting role or backup role or in certain situations. I think that's very admirable. But then again, when you're signing a 5-year contract for $49 million, 289, 69 million. Yeah, you can leave some money on the table. I sure would. I mean, shoot, 5 years, 269. Whoa. But that's what is garnishing now in quarterbacks. So for Russell Wilson to make that bold statement and say, hey, I want to make sure there's cap room for other players, that speaks volumes, because that means it's not about him. And he said it many, many times, guys. It's about the team. It's about the players, not just me. And that speaks volumes when it comes to leadership. Absolutely. Okay. Now, that being said, as far as wanting to leave cap room money for other players, cornerback Darius Phillips. The Denver Broncos have added a veteran cornerback to bolster their roster. Phillips, the first 4 years in Cincinnati with the Bengals. Phillips has played at least 25% of the Bengals' special teams snaps. Now that's great because we need special teams. We've had some disastrous people back there trying to field punts or kickoffs, and it's been a work in progress, that's for sure. And the progress has not gotten any better. So when you go out and you get a guy like Darius Phillips, that definitely will help in the special teams. Now it says he only played 25% of the special team snaps. That's okay. That's totally fine. Maybe he doesn't play on kickoffs. Maybe he doesn't play on punts. So if that's the case, there's the 25%. But he's also a cornerback. He can come in on certain packages that Nathaniel Hackett's going to throw out there. Who knows? But I think this is a great signing because he's a veteran. He can come in and know exactly what his role is and what his job is. And again, like I mentioned in my first segment, Russell Wilson left cap money on the table to get people like this. Is this going to be the only signing that the Broncos do? I don't think so. Maybe. It all depends on how the season goes. And I don't want to talk about IR or anything like that, but it never hurts to have veteran experience, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. It never hurts to have it. So I welcome Darius Phillips. I absolutely do. Absolutely. Now, do I think he's going to play in the Seattle game on Monday? And we'll get to that later on in the show. I don't know. And I guess nobody knows it at this point in time. But since they just signed him, in order to learn the playbook, it's going to be pretty tough. So I would dare say probably not. But at least he's there in case they need him. All right, let's move on. Number 10 retired. No, not the jersey number 10 retired, but the player who wore number 10 for the Denver Broncos. Here it is. After 12 years in the NFL, Emmanuel Sanders announced his retirement on Wednesday, a couple days ago. He played for the Broncos from 2014 through 2018. Sanders retires as a Denver Bronco. Now, I watched his press conference yesterday. Man, the guy is absolutely humble. Totally humble. Totally humble. He thanked everybody. He thanked the other teams that he was on besides the Denver Broncos. He thanked the Steelers for drafting him. And he even said that he was told by many people that he would never make it in the NFL, never make it in college, let alone NFL. He stands 5'11", 175 pounds. As a receiver, going across the middle, taking shots, taking hits. He said that when he goes out in public, that people come up to him and they go, no, you're not Emmanuel Sanders, because you're too small to play football. You're not an NFL player. You weren't an NFL player. Really? 5'11", 175? Come on, man. You're kidding me. And his comment to that was, go on YouTube, look up Emmanuel Sanders, and watch what I did. That's the kind of determination. He said that he never knew when it would be time to retire. He said the loss of his very, very close friend in Demaryius Thomas touched him deeply. He realized that the things that Demaryius Thomas was dealing with physically, emotionally, the CTE. Thomas had second stage CTE. Emmanuel Sanders said, I have a wife. I have 2 kids. I want to live out the rest of my life seeing my kids get married, seeing or having grandkids, and experiencing time with my kids. He said football is his life. It's what he loved to do. And I'm not taking anything away from Demaryius Thomas and what happened to him. I mean, things happen. Things are different. So I'm not belittling that one bit whatsoever. What I'm saying is this. Emmanuel Sanders said he did not want to ever get to that state. And frankly, he said he's leaving healthy. Sure, he's banged up. Sure, he's sore. Sure, he's had surgeries or whatever in his career. Because football is a physical sport. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get nicked. You're going to get dinged up. But I commend him for saying, hey, it's time. It's time to walk away. It's time to hang them up. And it's time to wake up in the morning, take my kids to school, make a sandwich for my daughter, and enjoying what he's doing. Emmanuel, man, you were phenomenal. Congratulations on your retirement. Congratulations on Super Bowl 50 being a part of that team. And congratulations in whatever you decide to do in the future, which he alluded to and said, I'm going to be on TV. He didn't name what network or what he's going to be doing or anything like that, because as he said, the contract hasn't been signed yet. But he did say he is going to be on television. I wish him all the best. I absolutely wish him all the best. So we have Peyton Manning on ESPN2 on Monday nights with Eli, but Peyton's really the show. And then we're going to have Emmanuel Sanders somewhere on TV. Great. Put all the Broncos on there you want, man. I'll be happy. Absolutely, I'll be happy. And oh yeah, Terrell Davis is on the network as well. So there you go. There you go. All right, let's move on. The Broncos ownership has purchased land. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. No, it's not land to purchase a new stadium at this point in time. That's not what this is. Let me bring it to you. After 32 years leasing the land beneath team headquarters at Dove Valley, the Walton Penner ownership group has purchased the land for $9 million. The comment was said to be this: why lease the land when we can own it?
It's mine for the taking.
So what does that mean? Obviously means that they're saving money in the long run, in the bigger picture. Does that mean that there's a new stadium around, or I should say in the near future, on the horizon? I don't know. This is not land to build a stadium. This is land that the Broncos were leasing under the Pat Bowen ownership group, or not, yeah, Pat Bowen ownership, where they leased it every year. I have no idea what that cost per year. I have no idea. That's beside the point. What I'm liking about this is the Walton Penner Group is not afraid to spend money, and then in the bigger picture, to save money. I mean, think about it. If you're leasing land, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a realtor. I'm not a broker. I'm not anybody like that. The only way I deal with money is spending it and retirement. But hey, anyways, I don't know the aspect of that. Okay. So that being said, I don't know. Let me throw a number out there. Let's say per year to lease that land is, I don't know, $1 million, $5 million. Let's just say it's $1 million over 32 years. That's $32 million. I know that 32 years ago, it probably wasn't $1 million. I'm just throwing a number out. Okay. So even if it's half of that, even if 15 million, even if it's 10 million over those 32 years, the Walton Penner Group saved money because it only cost them $9 million to buy the land. And the reason why they purchased it was because it was going to come due, I believe, end of the year or sometime early next year or something to that nature, where that land was going to be sold, period, by the owner. He wanted to sell the land. And if the Broncos didn't buy it, they'd have to tear down Dove Valley. Or the new owner would come in with a new lease price that could be even more astronomical, could be even higher, could be 10 million a year, could be whatever. So Rob Walton and Greg Penner Group said, we'll spit on that and we'll just buy it from you. We'll just take it right now. That way we got it. We can do whatever we want with it. Smart move. Very, very smart move. Now, my question is this. Why did Pat Bowen lease that land? Well, 32 years ago, it may have been extremely cheap. It may have been, I don't know, 32 years ago, let's just say it was, I don't know, $50,000 a year. Okay? And maybe the buying price or the asking price to buy it was $3 million. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Okay, guys, I'm just saying. Don't quote me on these because these are not facts. These are my opinions. These are my thoughts. So my thinking is maybe Pat Bowen said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to spend $3 million or $4 million or whatever to buy the land when it's only costing me $50,000 a year. Okay? And slowly but surely, obviously, the price of the lease went up. That's obvious. Well, the price of the Bronco tickets went up. So maybe Pat Bowen said, hey, I don't need to own it. I don't need to shell out a ton of money. Maybe he didn't have it. Maybe he didn't have that type of revenue. Well, we all know that nobody's come close to what the Walton Penner Group has. There's no chance. I mean, that's the richest owner in the entire NFL. So it is a smart move to purchase the land. Absolutely. Great move. What's next? Land for a new stadium? Renovating Mile High, as I call it. Renovating Mile High to be more up to date as to other stadiums like SoFi, I've mentioned in my shows past, like SoFi, like Allegiant Stadium in Vegas? Or is it just to go out and build a brand new stadium with everything top notch from the top down? I don't know. But I like the fact that they're not afraid to spend money in order to save money. All right, I'll move on. Let's go to, let me get my notes here. Let's go to former Denver Broncos running back. That's right, Phillip Lindsay. Former Broncos running back Phillip Lindsay has been released by the Indianapolis Colts after just 3 months of being on the team. Lindsay is just 28 years old, but has been on 3 teams in the last year. Will he get another chance to keep playing professional football? I don't know. I don't know. I do know that when Phillip Lindsay was on the team as an undrafted free agent, born and raised in Colorado, went to Colorado schools, went to Colorado College, and came on and was brought onto the Broncos as an undrafted free agent, played for the Broncos, and in my opinion, played well. Is he a Devontae Williams? No. But not everybody can be another person.
What?
I mean, we don't have another Terrell Davis. We have Devontae Williams, and he's similar, very much so. Very much so. I loved Phillip Lindsay's attitude, his tenacity, his hard work, his hard running. He knew he wasn't drafted, but that didn't stop his heart. That didn't stop what his passion was. I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why he didn't land and stay in Miami. I don't know why he didn't stay in Indianapolis. I mean, maybe tough competition. Okay, I get it. But what's wrong with having him on the practice squad? Now, I'm not, toot my own horn for Phillip Lindsay to be on Indianapolis. Absolutely not. I would love for him to come back to the Broncos, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because we have Devontae Williams, we have Gordon, and we also have Boone. That's not going to happen. Could he be on the practice squad? Probably not, because that's where Boone is.
No, you're wrong.
So is Phillip Lindsay's professional football career over? I don't know. All I know is this. I have a gut feeling he's going to have his cell phone number out to every other team. In fact, all teams. All 32 teams, including Indianapolis again. And say, hey, call me. Call me if you need a reliable running back. Due to injury, due to illness, do whatever. If you need me, I'm here. I wish Phillip Lindsay the best. I really do. I like the kid. I love his energy. I love his passion. But the NFL is a very, very, very tough place to play. Absolutely tough. And Phillip Lindsay is run up against a brick wall. I just hope somehow, some way, he can knock it down. All right. Let's go to Broncos captains. Now, I don't mind the captains that were selected, except one. And I'll definitely tell you why. As you all know, I do. Broncos captains are Russell Wilson, Courtland Sutton, Bradley Chubb, Justin Simmons, and Brandon McManus. Wait a minute. Wilson, Sutton, Simmons, McManus. Why Chubb? He hasn't done a doggone thing to deserve captain, in my opinion. I've heard people say, well, Russell Wilson, of course, he's a quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. Then you have Cortland Sutton. He's our number one receiver now because Tim Patrick's injured. Justin Simmons, he's a leader on the defense. And Brandon McManus because he's our field goal kicker. And so we got to take them. Bradley Chubb? Really? Okay. What has he done lately? He's been injured on and off. I mean, time and time again, he's been injured. He can't stay healthy and be on the field for more than 5.5 minutes. Or maybe that's 4.5 minutes.
Oh, snap.
Anyways, he doesn't stay healthy. Why would he be a captain when, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80% of the time he's not on the field? What's he going to be a captain about? You got to be on the field, guy. You got to produce. You have to show you deserve to be a captain. Now, like I said, I've heard people say to me, well, it's because Bradley Chubb's been there for a while. He's a veteran. He deserves it. No, he doesn't. You deserve what you put in. And I don't believe and feel that Bradley Chubb deserves to be a captain. I don't. I would have given it to Josie Jewell. Why not? Josie Jewell, as I know, he's been injured too. I got it. But you know what I'm saying? Josie Jewell has produced. He has been there. If you want to give it to somebody else, give it to, I don't know, give it to, name somebody. Anybody else but Bradley Chubb. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. You think Bradley Chubb really deserves to be a captain when he hasn't really done much to deserve that? I know I'm being harsh, guys, and I don't take anything away from somebody that is worthy of it. But a Cortland Sutton's worthy. A Justin Simmons. Of course, Russell Wilson. And McManus. McManus been McMoney. Most of the time when he's kicking field goals, 50 plus yards. Bradley Chubb? How many sacks have you had, buddy? Not many. When they're not calling your name on, Sunday night or Sunday football or Monday football or Thursday football, they're not calling your name unless you're holding or illegal contact to the face or a chop block or getting burned. Yeah. So maybe that's why they made him captain. Captain of mistakes. Is what I say. Let me know what you think, guys. Be interested. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Peyton frickin' Manning. Here it is. Peyton Manning explained why he won't be coaching in the NFL anytime soon. Manning has been the offensive coordinator for his son's 6th grade football team. He said, and I quote, "I'm the offensive coordinator of my son Marshall's 6th grade football team. We got beat in overtime, and some of the players, remember, they're 6th grade, so they're what, 11 years old? So they're going to speak their mind." I continue with the quote. "Some of the players asked me why I called so many run plays in the red zone. I think coaching in my future is also out because hearing that from a couple of 6th graders is tough." End quote. Manning did say he loves being a resource for GMs, players, and coaches. Okay. All right, Peyton. You got 11-year-old kids coming to you going, "Coach, why did we run in the ball in the red zone? Why don't we throw it?" So what do you think Manning's going to say? Go down 3 yards and do a post route? How about Omaha 43, left slant, whatever. I don't know. I'm making it up. I have no idea. But they're not going to understand that. And they're in the red zone. So Manning's thinking, okay, well, let's just run the ball. Why pass it? Could be picked off, whatever. I don't know. These are 11-year-old kids. I have a 10-year-old grandson, and he played baseball. And he was on a team where I didn't understand what the coach was doing half the time. Well, 2/3 of the time, I didn't understand what he was doing. But I find it funny. I find it funny that Peyton Manning would kind of equate the NFL top-notch players to a bunch of sixth graders. Well, maybe he's onto something. Maybe he feels that, if he was in the NFL and he's doing a bunch of play calls where they're running and, in the red zone, maybe some of the guys in their mid to late 20s will go up to Peyton Manning and go, Coach, why are we running the ball? We got Russell Wilson. I'm just saying it's if he was on the team now. We have all of these ammos and we have all these opportunities to score. Why are we running the ball? I don't know. But I would love to see Peyton Manning on the Broncos staff somewhere, somehow. I would love to see him as a consultant to, head coach or, be whatever Peyton Manning wants to do. I would love to see that. Absolutely would love to see that. Now, I don't know if that's going to be in his future. I have no idea. I just think it would be great if Peyton Manning was somewhere involved with the Denver Broncos directly or indirectly. But I thought that was kind of cute, though. A couple of sixth graders go up there going, Coach, what's your problem, basically? What's your problem? Peyton, you are one hilarious guy. Okay, move on. Will Denver pay? Will Denver Broncos pay dearly? With the Broncos not playing their starters in any of the 3 preseason games, will this come back to haunt them? Coach Hackett said, and I quote, "This is what I have been doing the past 3 years when I was in Green Bay. It's the philosophy by Packers coach LaFleur and Rams head coach McVay." End quote. McVay is 51-23 and 7-2 as well in the playoffs. So he's 51-23 when not playing the starters in any of the preseasons. 51-23. So does that mean it's going to work for the Broncos? I don't know. But here's something that Hackett said, and this bothers me, and I will explain. Hackett continued, and I quote, "In the end, it's all about the whole year, not weeks 1, 2, and 3. End quote. Whoa. What? I understand it's about the whole season. I get it. But holy smokes, if you come out of the gate and lose your first 3 games, all of a sudden you're in the hole. And because why? Well, starters weren't in sync. They didn't have any live action. I know there's practices, there's scrimmages. They're not like the real live game. It's not. It doesn't matter. I've heard many interviews where players say, man, it took me a while to get back into shape. It took me a while to get my speed up. This could be after an injury or just being, not playing in a preseason. Is Russell Wilson going to be rusty? Not only that, but they're on the road at Seattle. It's primetime Monday. It's going to be emotional for Russell Wilson. Absolutely. No doubt about it. I don't care what he says. He says, well, it's going to be different going back and blah, 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 and this and that. But deep inside, he's going to be emotional. He's going to react to whatever the fans do. Is the Seattle organization going to do a tribute like they did for Peyton Manning when he went back to Indy several years ago? I don't know. This is a different situation. Russell Wilson wanted out. And the Colts released Manning. That's the difference. But will Russell Wilson get a welcoming cheer or a hated jeer? I don't know. Either way, he's going to have a reaction. Either way. Now, does that mean that he could just shake it off? And he could just shake off the fact that he hasn't played any, quote, realistic game? Like the preseason? I know people say, well, you really want your quarterback in there, a franchise quarterback, and we just signed him for $269 million extension, and what if he gets hurt? Okay, well, you could get hurt by falling down the stairs in your house.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
You can get hurt cooking, walking. So what's Russell Wilson supposed to do? Be in a wheelchair and have somebody push him around so it doesn't get hurt? Oh, heaven forbid. Oh, can't go there. No, I say play at least one series. Didn't have to be game 1. Didn't have to be game 2. But game 3. He should have been in there for one series. Okay? And here's the other thing people are not thinking about. And that is, since he hasn't had real live game action, what happens when he takes a hit from Seattle, whether it's legit or a penalty? Did you know Seattle players want to take Russell Wilson out? Absolutely, they want to take him out. They want to hurt him so bad, they can't stand it. And that being said, if Wilson hasn't played in a meaningful game since, last season, it could be catastrophic. I don't want to go down that road, but it could be. That has always been my concern. Always. And it remains to be seen what happens Monday night. Okay, let's move on, guys. All right. Let's go to blue jerseys. That's right. My favorite jersey combination is the blue jerseys. I just think it's awesome. I mean, that's why I wear this all the time. I love the blue jersey. This is not jersey. I call it my practice jersey, whatever pregame one that I wear prior to the game, then I actually put on my jersey. I have an orange one and I have a blue one and I have a white one. But I love the blue one the best. Here it is. The Broncos have released their uniform schedule. The orange is their home jersey and the white is their road. However, in week 3 and week 14, the Broncos will be wearing my favorite jersey, the blue one. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the all blues, which I just think is absolutely the best all major color. I don't like the rush color. It's just too orange, too bright. I mean, that's all you see. I mean, it's kind of like you got to put on sunglasses or something to be able to watch that game. It's like crazy. I like the blues. The blues to me is, I just love the dark color because the orange pops. I mean, you can see it like I've shown many times. You can see it on my shirt. The orange pops. You don't get that when it's reversing the orange and then you got the blue. The blue's not going to pop because it's darker than the orange, obviously. Man, I'll tell you what. To have the blue uniform is good. It's the best ever, in my opinion. I know a lot of people want to go back to the old school D as their logo, and no, that doesn't look aggressive enough. Doesn't look mean enough. Look at the flag. Oh, where is it? Look at the flag right here. Look at that. I mean, that's the one I love. Absolutely. I don't want change. I don't want to go back to the D. I don't want to go back to the old school jersey. No. I've said it many, many times in shows previous. Why go backwards? Don't go backwards. Maybe if you want to do a throwback, okay. One game a year, I'm all for it. That's cool. Not as a permanent logo and a permanent uniform. No, not in favor of it. But I can't wait for week 3 and week 14 to see the blues. Absolutely. All right, guys. Let's go to an interesting tidbit before I get into talking about Monday Night Football. All right. Ticket cost for game 1 in Seattle. Denver at Seattle. The price of a single ticket for the Broncos at Seattle is going for $487.17 per ticket. Now, obviously that's average because, nosebleed way the heck up here is not going to be paying $487. Field level, most likely more. I'm assuming that this amount of $487.17 is somewhere in the middle. Like, let's say, I don't know, end zone, maybe halfway up. I don't know. I've never been to Seattle Stadium, so I have no clue. But I just thought that was pretty pricey. And that is the most expensive ticket on average for week 1 of the NFL season. It eclipses all the other games that are on Thursday night. It eclipses the Rams and the Bills game, which was on Thursday night. It eclipsed that. It eclipsed the other games, the Cowboys games that's on, I believe, Sunday night. It eclipsed the Charger Raider game. Well, that's obvious because it's in SoFi Stadium, the home of the Chargers, who don't draw anybody. So they got to keep their price down low. Probably about, what, $1.50 to go see a game there? Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me because everybody knows how I feel about the Chargers. Anyways, so $487.17. So any of you Bronco fans out there that are watching this on a Friday and then flying out to Seattle to go to the game, I hope you already got your tickets before Russell Wilson signed with the Broncos. Hope you already got them. Because if not, it's a pretty hefty price tag. That's for sure. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up with the very last segment. And this is about the game. Broncos Seahawks, Monday night. Denver Broncos begin a new season and era with Hackett as head coach and Russell Wilson as quarterback. Denver is favored by 6.5 points. However, Greg Rosenthal has Denver losing 18-17. What? Come on, Greg. Really? Wonder where you got that idea from. Anyways, he states, and I quote, Pete Carroll is living out his fantasy of slowing down his former quarterback by a sneaky, deep group of pass rushers that the Seattle defense will have a chance to hurry Russell Wilson into making major mistakes. End quote. Well, I'll put it to you this way, guys. Pete Carroll knows Russell Wilson. Kind of. The reason why I say kind of is because how does he really know Russell Wilson when he really wouldn't let Russell Wilson be Russell Wilson? He wanted to have a running game. And that's because he did not trust, in my opinion, he did not trust his defense to get off the field in 3 and out. So by running the ball and getting first downs, supposedly, continuing to drive, his philosophy is let's eat up the clock. Let's control the ball. Let's run the ball. Let's don't take chances throwing it, even though Russell Wilson's one of the best and most accurate quarterbacks that's playing today. I mean, Pete Carroll said, nope, we ain't going to pass the ball. No.
You need not worry. As long as Sam the Eagle is here, I shall protect you.
We're going to do it my way. And that's what upset Russell Wilson when he was on Seattle. That's why he wanted out. He even said it. Why do you have me as quarterback if all you're going to do is run the ball? Russell Wilson is a player. He is a leader. He wants to lead the Broncos to wins, to a championship, to playoffs. And you don't do it by just running the ball. I mean, why do you think we pass nowadays? Yes, way back in years past, they basically just ran the ball. That's all they did. Go back and look at film from the 50s and 60s. You'll see they ran the ball most of the time. It took Don Coryell, was a former Charger coach, to, he basically single-handedly invented the passing game in the NFL. And they used to call him Air Coryell because he threw the ball or had his players throw the ball numerous times, constantly. And that's where we are today. And so does Pete Carroll know Russell Wilson? Yeah, I would say yeah, from having him there for 10 years. Sure. But I think Nathaniel Hackett and Clint Kubiak are going to come up with schemes. I know they've been studying film. Absolutely, they've been studying film. And I know Russell Wilson has. And I've heard that some of the offensive players, wide receivers, have been in the quarterback room to see what they're looking at so they can be on the same page. So my thought is this. Is it going to be 18-17 like Greg Rosenthal thinks? No. No. Absolutely not. It's going to be air Hackett. I guarantee it's going to be air Hackett. No doubt. Russell Wilson's going to come out throwing the ball. Just like Peyton Manning did in his very first game as a Denver Bronco. Of course, that game was at home. It was against the Baltimore Ravens. But just said his name. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning threw for 7 touchdowns in that game. The Ravens at that time were a much better team than the Seattle Seahawks are today. Is it 18-17 final like Seattle, like Rosenthal thinks? No. I say final score, Denver 41, Seattle 10. It's not going to be close, guys. The only way it's going to be close is if Denver cannot stop Seattle's run game. Or I don't think they're going to pass on Denver all that accurately, all that good. They need to stop the run. And that's what Pete Carroll loves, is a run game. If Denver can stop the run and force Seattle to throw, it's going to be a blowout. If Denver cannot stop the run, then here's the final score, in my opinion. 21-17, Denver. That's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. And tune in on Monday night. We're going to have our very, very first ever Denver Broncos play-by-play. It's going to be done by Jeremy Case. That goes live, play-by-play. So if you can't watch the game, you're not in the area where you can see the game, please tune into that. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't miss it. Guys, before I get out of here, I want to remind you of the other shows. On Tuesday night, it's the 5280 podcast. It's hosted by Madungus Creevy, as well as Glenn Hauser, Boggins, and Cam. It's a great, great show. That goes live every Tuesday, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then on Wednesday, it's the Wild Wild West, featuring a fan from every AFC West team, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, and Chiefs. Don't miss it this Wednesday. It's going to be the first time they are going to go head-to-head as far as games that were played on Sunday or Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. So don't miss it. It's going to be a great, great show. And then on Friday is my show, Broncos Breakdown, with me, your host, Bronco Bill. That gets dropped every Friday, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I will recap the Broncos game that was played on Monday night. So guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy Sunday games, but most definitely enjoy and watch the Broncos against Seattle. Woo-hoo! Take care, guys. We will talk to you next Friday. Until then, have a great, great weekend. Bye-bye.